Welcome to another episode of This Charmed Man, a first-time reaction series of videos to the TV series Charmed. It is early February, so it's over a month since I last recorded one of these, but I have just finished recording my reaction video to the Disney animated film Wish, which hopefully is already online by the time this comes out. And since I've got my gear all set up anyway, I thought I might as well do some Charmed reactions as well, even though it is 2:30 in the morning. But we have reached episode, was it 12 of season 1 of the original series of Charmed. This one is entitled, The Wendigo. Now, I actually know what the Wendigo is, because I used to be really into werewolves, because the Wendigo is a Native American version of a werewolf, or a skinwalker. I mean, I'm not trying to be, culturally sensitive. Certain Native American tribes have the Wendigo as a kind of werewolf type creature. So maybe, this is, the first series. I think they're trying to get through the classics. The last episode was essentially a mummy episode, or at least inspired by Egypt and, the mummy's curse, even though the villain was a blonde Caucasian woman. Maybe we've had mummy, we've had ghost, we've had demon, ? I think that Buckland and Hannah were demons. We've had witches, obviously, and sorcerers. So maybe now we're going to get a werewolf. But then the question becomes, is it an actual werewolf in, the global sense of that term, in the broad sense of that term? There's somebody who physically changes from a human to a wolf or a wolf-like creature? Or is it going to be somebody who uses magic or has magic used upon them to turn them into some kind of creature? But whatever it is, judging by the title, I'm pretty sure we're getting something akin to werewolves in this episode. Or maybe it's just going to be metaphorical, which would be kind of boring, but let's find out. So yeah, is this going to be werewolves, and is it going to be sensitive to Native Americans, since the title is, or has, Native American overtones? But we shall see. The Wendigo. And we're starting with the full moon. Of course, we're starting with the full moon.
Of course I know what a jack is, Phoebe. I just don't know how to use it. It's not like I've ever got a flat tire before. This doesn't happen to me every day.
Piper, relax. I used to date a mechanic. I will walk you through it.
Of course she used to date a mechanic. How many professions has she not dated? But yes, Piper, full moon, lost in the woods. This is not going to end well.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody could see that was going to happen. At least now she's got a stake. If it's a vampire, then...
No, I can do it. I can figure it out. And I have the power to freeze. I'm fine. It's better than mace. Okay, I gotta go before my battery dies. I gotta call.
Not sure if that's true.
Okay, I'm great with phones, better with people. I'm very computer friendly, and with a paycheck, I could purchase new clothes. So by hiring me, you'd actually be expanding your wardrobe, not decreasing it. And I'd be eternally grateful.
You really want to work at Buckland's with me?
When opportunity knocks, I answer the door.
Job is very demanding. Auctions can be stressful.
I love a challenge.
We have pretty long hours.
Overtime is my friend.
Yeah, this is really, really not going to end well. I guess that Phoebe could do well in the kind of a secretarial or assistant kind of environment, but being employed by your older sister, your judgmental older sister, that's questioning. Okay, yes, obviously breaking branch, werewolf, whatever, but I'm also getting Bill and Ted vibes from that US phone box.
Greetings, my excellent friend.
Exactly this scene would... Okay, it is an actual creature. But until that point, this could easily have been the opening to a Criminal Minds or something of that ilk. That's actually pretty good makeup. It's roughly the same time period as Oz from Buffy, and that's, I think, might actually be better. Okay, who's this guy and why does he have a flare gun? And is that scratch going to be significant? Probably it is.
Everything's gonna be okay.
We shall see. I mean, I'm sure she's going to be fine because I think I would have picked something up in passing by osmosis if she's a werewolf for most of the, 8 seasons of this show.
Piper Hallowell?
Phoebe.
Andy, thanks for calling us.
Please, she's like my sister too.
Yeah, the attitude that Andy has from week to week, from episode to episode, changes with the tides, basically. I mean,
If I pass out
whatever
and I need
you
a
need.
transfusion, I'm AB negative. It's very rare. It could be a problem.
Yeah, my dad was AB negative.
And just so you know, I'm AB neg too. Plus, I love good food. Perfect donor.
And yeah, I mean, just that cute thing, she's like my sister. Where a couple of episodes ago, you wanted to arrest Prue for stealing a feather.
I don't understand. Why didn't you just freeze him?
I was trapped in a phone booth. My power doesn't work outside the room I'm in, remember?
Oh, right.
Oh my god, Billy.
Convenient.
Billy, this is Billy. He saved my life.
Hey, I'm just glad I got there in time.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to you about that, along with that flare gun you just happened to show up with.
Yeah, that's my question.
Look, it's no coincidence I was there, Inspector. I heard about the murder last night. The creature...
The creature?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, creature, absolutely.
Describe it.
Okay,
What are you
here's
doing here?
a Gillian Anderson lookalike.
That thing.
Piper, Prue, Phoebe Hallowell, Special Agent Fallon of the FBI.
FBI.
FBI agent as well, so yeah. This is post X-Files, and I think the casting call went out, we need somebody who kind of looks like Gillian Anderson. Because FBI agent investigating creepy shit.
According to their descriptions, this perp's not either animal or human. You didn't blink. I was expecting a response.
Oh, is there some tension between these two,
But it's not
maybe?
human.
Let's just say recent experiences have taught me to keep an open mind.
Or maybe they're maybe setting that up.
Crazy, aren't they?
And
Billy,
Prue
how
may
did
be a
you
little
raise a
jealous.
flare gun?
It's afraid of fire. It freaked, took off. But, not before it ripped Laura's heart out.
Specifically after the heart. That's interesting. Oh, something just occurred to me. That FBI agent who mildly looks like Scully, is she the monster? That's
That thing took away the person he loved, and he's out there all alone trying to kill it. I can't just do nothing.
Yeah, I think Piper's making eyes at Billy, I think it was. But Billy is probably, well, he's definitely grieving from his fiancée if that story is true. But any man who shows up in this show, automatically I think they're going to end up being bad. Because it's a common trope of both this show and, you know, every other show you've ever seen. The guest of the week, more often than not, is the bad guy. Yeah, the Wendigo. But is it going to be Native American?
103 gold bracelet. Estimated value $375. I will take that if no one wants it.
Note that it's inscribed with the initials T and L.
Okay, Chekhov's necklace. Who is TL? Is bound to become relevant at some point.
Me too.
No, it's not. Oh.
Prue. Yeah? I just had a vision.
Prue, just want to make sure everything's in order for today's auction.
Yeah, I'm still undecided whether she's all evil.
Yes, Claire, everything's in order.
Terrific. I'll see you later then.
She's definitely an officious,
Ooh, nice. Oh, that should sell quickly.
busybody, but is she also evil?
What are we gonna do? According to my information, the first Wendigo was a mortal who, betrayed by his lover, cut out her heart and ate it. As soon as he did, his own heart turned
Okay, so
ice,
Billy
and that's
got
how he
betrayed
became
by the
this
dead
monster.
fiancé.
So what,
and-
it, like,
but he was
it takes
definitely
love away from
not the
others.
monster.
Is that
because he
it?
fired
Or-
but he's involved.
Why did it go after you?
It must be attracted to something else.
Like, maybe beauty? I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it helps that he is not dissimilar looking to Leo. I mean, he's got a slightly wider face, but yeah.
Will you call me after you see her, please?
Sure.
I can help, Billy. I can't tell you exactly.
Yeah, Billy
how
and
or
or
why,
Agent
but I just
Fallon
want you to
are
know I
both
can.
evil.
You're not in this alone.
You seem pretty familiar with the witness.
Piper? Yeah, I dated her sister.
Dated. Past tense.
It's a long story. Why?
Just curious. Wouldn't want to
Yeah.
let a cop on my hands.
Boom chicka wawa.
Especially if that's what the creature's after.
Turns out all the victims were AB negative.
Chosen by blood type. That's a new one.
The blood types, the full moon, the stolen hearts. It feels like ritual.
Yeah, I mean, the
And ritual is human.
doing it by blood type. That's a new one.
Could be just one sick mind behind these crimes.
But AB negative, I do know. I mean, like I said, my dad was AB negative.
You and me? Stake out at the park? Interested?
She's trying to pick up the hunky San Francisco detective. But yeah, my dad was AB negative, so I know that it's rare. And there were occasions where he was specifically asked to come in and donate blood when they were short of AB negative.
I think I know what that creature is.
Really?
Yeah, well, Piper was telling me about it. It's called a Wendigo, and it feeds off...
Hold on, not here. The other agents already think I'm a little weird. Why don't I walk you to your car and we'll talk on the way?
And that's the last time we were ever going to see Billy.
We wait for it to show up, so then we could... kill it.
Son of a bitch.
Okay. On one level, I called it that I thought she might be the Wendigo. But if you have that violent a reaction to that small a flame, how has she been able to keep it covered up for that long?
Terry Lane was a 5-year-old girl kidnapped by her father. It was the case the detective was working on when he died. So, I think that bracelet is proof that he found her. And maybe the mother never got it because he died. Which means she never found her daughter. We can't sell that bracelet, Prue. Not until we know for sure.
So yeah, I mean, having that bracelet be related to a missing, I think they said 5-year-old girl in 1989, so that's what, 7 years? So he's probably 12, 13 years old.
Chases off a crazed killer last night, then succumbs to a mugging today? I don't buy it.
Maybe the creature, or whatever it is, found out Billy had some information on it. Got to him before he could get to me.
You're the Wendigo. And it's already been established that Andy has AB negative blood, so he's potentially on the menu, so to speak.
And next is lot 103, a gold charm bracelet, and bidding will begin at $375.
You've got to do something. That bracelet might be the only way to convince the mother we know where the little girl is.
What am I supposed to do?
$375 for it now, $375. At $375 now, $375. Anyone at $375? At $375. Anyone at $375?
This is a little bit silly. Why not just pick him up and do it again?
Anyone at $300?
That scene makes no sense at all. I mean, obviously, for the sake of plot, they needed to make sure the bracelet didn't sold, but there were better ways of doing it than that. That was not a good scene.
Hey, where's your bandage? How'd your wound heal?
Okay, she is. Oh, okay. Dream. But is that some kind of premonition?
Who is it?
But if it was Phoebe, obviously it would be a premonition.
Hey,
but
go away.
with Piper, not sure.
May I? You're the only one to survive one of these attacks.
It's an interesting angle.
By it.
To
If you think of anything at all,
shooting upwards.
call me directly.
Oh, that's not good. And is there anything in the Book of Shadows to help a partial Wendigo/werewolf transformation?
Why are you doing this to me?
Your daughter. What's her name?
Terry. Terry Lane. Do you know where she is? Terry? Oh my goodness.
So how did these random sisters manage to get this girl from Oakland to San Francisco? That's child abduction. That's basically child abduction. Why is this girl... I mean, she is, a teenager now. Why didn't she do it herself?
You better turn your cell phone off, too. Wouldn't want it to ring and scare it away. This is a nice spot.
Yeah, that's a convenient excuse.
Do you see a ring on my finger? I was engaged.
That doesn't necessarily mean anything.
He was my world. Totally my world.
And then
One day,
he
boom,
betrayed.
the empty dresser, the one-word note. Sorry. I did what I needed to make myself strong. To make it so no one could ever hurt me like that again.
Love to know how you do that.
By turning to the dark arts.
If you're lucky. But now my life's a lot less complicated. All I'm interested in is sex. Does that shock you?
Honey, we're just trying to help you. Help me. You can't even hold a job.
Okay, now wait a minute, Piper.
Oh, save it. Do you always have to be in charge?
Yes.
Then you'll have to kill me.
Don't be ridiculous, Piper. We're not gonna kill you.
We're gonna kill the thing that did this to you.
But we might have to confine you until we get back. So, tie you down, I guess?
No, go to hell.
Do we have any chains?
It's just a shame there
I
isn't.
actually do think I have something.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't want to know about that detail, but what a shame they don't have a book cage in a library.
Going back into the wombs of time. The rabbit could not... Hey, maybe we should try a less stimulating passage.
Here.
Where did you get the...
Yeah.
Let's just do this.
All right, over here.
We still need
Yeah,
to take
that's
a
not going to be
ammunition
sturdy enough.
to get a flare gun.
Probably not the best cop to be on the stakeout with, seeing as how I'm AB negative.
Don't
Yeah,
worry.
just reminding the audience.
I'll protect you.
It's time to go full Wendigo. You see, it's inevitable that was going to happen. You could just see, even a human could probably do that, let alone a creature of the night.
Instinct of the hunt. That's why you're here. That's why you're a cop.
Just turn you on or something, Agent Fallon?
Yep. And is there anything particularly wrong with that, apart from the fact she's, a monster, but... Whose car is that? Why have we never seen that before?
Oh, God.
Hey, let's just start a forest fire!
Okay, give me another one. Wait.
Where would you even buy a flare gun? I mean, get a boating supply store, maybe?
All right.
Possibly camping
He's alive, but she
supplies.
slashed him.
But-
He still has his heart? Yeah, we must have driven her off to some time.
Wait! How can it be in two places at once?
It can't. One of them is Piper.
Shoot!
I can't, Prue. Just shoot and pray you hit the right one.
Wait.
Okay, that was actually pretty cool.
Do something! Do it!
Yeah, and another monster conveniently just disappears into dust. And now we've got a very naked Piper. Oh, and that's extraordinarily convenient.
Hey.
That, I think, was one step too
Are you
far
okay?
into, mystically cleaning everything up.
Bro, what are you doing here?
I'll explain everything later.
Yeah, how's that gonna work?
I said that what he saw happen was true, that Agent Fallon really was the Wendigo, and that had we not vanquished her, that both he and Piper would have been killed. I couldn't think of anything else to say.
Well, what did he say?
Not much. He was either too stunned to speak, or he actually believed me on some level.
And if that is the case, why is that happening off screen?
Every time I touch something at Buckland's, I risk having a premonition, and it's just too emotional for me. Besides, that's your world. I need to find one of my own.
You will.
I still like my idea I had a few episodes
Just
ago
stay out
of,
of my
sort of
world,
like
or I'll kill you.
having a different Phoebe job every week.
Just kidding. It's a joke.
What? Yeah, wait a minute. Holy shit. the girl that they found was Christina Milian. Huh.
Somebody hit the lights so we can rock it day and night. People getting down, that's right. From AM to PM. Everybody looking like stars. All the chicks and the fellas in the bars. All of y'all bumping this in your cars. From AM to PM.
She still seems to be releasing music. And also, she seems to be doing a lot of the Hallmark style stuff as well. But yeah, Christina Milian. Well, obviously I didn't recognise her because she was much younger than I'm used to seeing her, but yeah. Well, since I'm talking about Christina Milian, I think the best place to start is the subplot involving the bracelet and reuniting the family, which on several levels I think was not well done. I mean, on one level, having Phoebe pick up something and having a flash and uncovering the mystery, that's actually very good. I mean, that's a nice idea, and maybe potentially we could have something similar like to that in the future. And getting a flash and investigating it and reuniting things, fine. That's actually pretty damn good. But the specifics of that story were not well handled at all, I don't think. I mean, on what, yes, a 7 or 8 year old girl, or I can't remember how old they said you were, but a young girl gets kidnapped by her father and taken to Oakland, which is really not that far away from San Francisco. That's fine. That you can understand that. But now she's a teenager, I mean, what, 12, 13, 14 years old, whatever she was. Why hasn't she done that herself? Why did she need Phoebe and Prue to kidnap her and take her to her mother? It seemed unnecessary. And the way that happened, I mean, with Prue knocking the paddles out of the hands at the auction, that was just silly. I mean, obviously you needed to stop the auction, but doing it that way? Why? That didn't make any sense. So yeah, the subplot involving that kidnapped girl, who turned out to be Christina Milian, was not good. Yeah, but the main story, no Native American content, but I mean, which is where the name Wendigo comes from. Actually, Algonquin folklore. Yeah, the Algonquin tribe, that's from around the Great Lakes. Yeah. Up into Canada, over the Great Lakes. That's where the term Wendigo comes from. But they didn't specifically talk about it as a Native American creature. So the fact it turned out to be the FBI agent, I mean, and again, I did have an inkling that she might be the one, but it wasn't the instantly me spotting Jeremy in the first episode, which I'm still immensely proud of, the fact I spotted him instantly. But yeah, it did cross my mind, oh, she might be the villain. But the fact that an FBI agent shows up, a female FBI agent with auburn to red hair, I'm convinced that the casting call went out and said, we need somebody who looks a little bit like Gillian Anderson. I'm sure that's what it was. But yeah, and having AB negative blood, I mean, it's interesting having a supernatural or witchcraft type story like this, and then have a very, very scientific, a very biological core of it, like being AB negative. So yeah, that was an interesting twist, and killing the Wendigo, and she completely disappears, just evaporates, and that cures Piper. But it pissed me off that the wound that Andy had, that disappeared too, because That's just remarkably convenient. And that brings me on to another thing. Apparently, Prue had a conversation with Andy, and Andy was somewhat okay with a supernatural explanation. Now, as far as I'm concerned, that conversation desperately needed to be had on camera. The fact that Prue makes reference to it and said he was okay with me telling it was a Wendigo, why aren't we seeing that on camera? Why is it just an explanation when they're sort of having drinks together in Quake? That seems like a really, really big deal, and it happened off camera. Particularly with the weird, nebulous place that the relationship between Prue and Andy is. I mean, as I've been saying over the last couple of episodes, it changes from week to week to week what Andy's attitude is. Whether there's some connection, whether there's some antagonism. And saying that Piper is like a sister to him. And getting a little bit too intimate, possibly with stroking her hair almost. Thought that's. Would you actually do that to somebody who is kind of your sister-in-law? That seemed a little bit too intimate to me. So maybe he's even making the moves on Piper at this point, but yeah. All I'm asking for is consistency. If you want to arrest Prue for stealing a feather, then stick with that. If you want to be very, very close and very, very intimate, treat them like a sister, if not a romantic partner, then go with that as well, but not doing both. And yeah, consistency is all I'm after. And it really does seem like from episode to episode, we are getting a different version of what Andy's relationship to Prue is, and relationship to the sisters in general. So, yeah. Yeah, a pretty standard episode. Yeah, they did a werewolf episode. They were bound to do a werewolf episode at some point, and I suppose, midway through the first season is a good place to do it. Actually, I wonder if now we've established this kind of Wendigo thing, whether that's going to come back in future episodes, maybe, a future season. Maybe that's a possibility. But yeah, standard monster of the week, one of the classics, one of the original, creature feature kind of things. We've got werewolves. Fine. And yeah, a pretty standard episode. So, yeah. Yeah, let's do another one tonight. So, yes, for this particular episode, I think that's all I have to say to you. And all that remains for me to say is this has been a presentation of the Yay, Nay or Meh channel. And I will see you next time where I shine a light on TV and cinema, both obvious and obscure.